Hey guys, welcome to YourBlock. This is Thomas, and today I'm going to be bringing you a review of the pilot episode of Fox's new show, Gotham. Now, Gotham follows the story of Commissioner Gordon before he was Commissioner Gordon. Detective Gordon out on the streets, just learning the ropes of this crazy city Gotham. It stars Ben McKenzie, and I thought he did a very excellent job, just to mention. And I was actually going to be bringing you a Guardians of the Galaxy review, but it's been almost 2 months since I've seen that movie now. This year is flying by so quickly, and I just want to rewatch it before I bring that to you, because I want to get all my points together. I don't want to miss anything, or, I just want to refresh my memory on it. So let's just jump into this review. One of the first things I liked about this episode is how they dealt with the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne. It's a very iconic scene in the Batman mythology. We all know it well. I like how they displayed it to us. It was very simple, but you really got the essence of what it should be. So I really appreciate how they handled that together. Another thing I liked about this episode was obviously the acting. I felt the cast worked together very well. I don't think there was anyone in particular that was dragging the rest of the cast down. I know some people didn't really enjoy the guy who played the Penguin, but it was the Penguin. Like, you could obviously tell that's how he acts, and I really appreciated it myself. I don't know about other people. My next pro, and this is also sort of a con, but I'm going to get into a con, why it's a con a little later on. It was the Easter eggs in the show, actually. I felt we got to see all these really cool, iconic Batman villains before they were Batman villains. Like, we got to see, of course, the Penguin. There's also the Riddler there. We got Poison Ivy. And if you want to counter, Catwoman was there as well. A lot of people think this stand-up comedian guy might be the Joker. I don't think so, personally. I think it was just sort of a nod to us, nudge. But I do think we will be getting a lot of Joker-esque things as the show progresses. I don't even think we're going to see him in this first season, personally. I think it's just too soon to bring in the most iconic guy, but he is the biggest draw of any Batman villain. So maybe if he will show up this season, it'll be towards the end. That'll be our big cliffhanger ending or something. Just my prediction. Another pro is this David Mazouz kid. And I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing his last name right, to be honest. But he's the kid that played the young Bruce Wayne. I felt like he really... he's a good representation. He acted the part of young Bruce Wayne that in a perfect manner, if you ask me. And I feel if the show has a nice, long, healthy run, we'll really see this kid grow into the Batman role, and that'll be really interesting to see. You can compare it to things like Smallville, where you get to see Superman become who he's supposed to be. I compared to kind of Chandler Riggs from The Walking Dead. Like, he really grew up on the show. I feel like we'll see this David Mazouz kid grow up on the show as well, and that'll be very interesting to see come to fruition. And of course, we had Jada Pinkett Smith there as Fish Mooney. I thought she was terrific. It'll be interesting to see how she plays a hand in this origin story. Now, unfortunately, no episode of any show is perfect, and I have to mention some cons that I had with this episode. The first one is also another pro. It is the Easter eggs. I felt like they were shoving just, too many villains down our throat, and I do not want to see this show go the way of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where the biggest draw is the name drops and the Easter eggs. And while I do hope there are some, maybe a couple per episode or something, maybe not even, I do want to see them keep it to a minimum. I think there's enough stories that you can tell, a lot of interesting stories that you can tell with all this Batman's huge rogues gallery of villains. Like, you could show us so many different things. It is crazy. Your draw does not need to be these Easter eggs and name drops, and I don't think they're planning to do that. I think it was just the pilot, and they just want to show us how many villains we can set up, and they didn't even scratch the surface of what they can do in this show. So keep the Easter eggs to a minimum. I'll be happy. We can all have a great time. Another con I had was the tone of the episode. The tone and nature was great. Like, they really showed us like a dark Gotham, and that's what I think, for the most part, in this 21st century is what we come to expect when we think of Gotham. And like, we even had a fair amount of blood in this episode. Loved it. It was great. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this tone. But at times it felt very ABC Family. I don't know if anyone else picked up on that, but there was a lot of lighthearted moments, and I think they're trying to like shoot this towards all demographics, but I think it needs to find its niche. I think it needs to find its gimmick. and that is that dark tone that everyone loves with Batman, everyone loves with Gotham City. This is just me nitpicking. I actually liked this episode a lot, but I have to mention these cons because they stood out to me. I think the show will find its footing like any show does, or it'll get cancelled, I don't know. I hope it doesn't, because I'm actually so surprised that this is the first time we're having like a Jim Gordon TV show. Like, ever since like CSI got popular, like, like 15 years, was it 15 years ago? I don't know. I don't remember when CSI started. But I'm very surprised that this is the first like Jim Gordon TV show that we're ever gonna have. But yes, to sum up, I really enjoyed this episode. If I were to give it something out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8. Like my pros, I said, like, I really like the iconic scene of the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne. Really enjoyed the chemistry between the cast. I thought everyone worked together very well. It'll be interesting to see them all, interact in the future. Enjoyed the Easter eggs so-so. For the pilot episode, it was a lot of fun. I had a similar kind of fun with the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but like, we all know where that went. And if you like that show, I'm sorry, but me personally, I do not like it. I think it's garbage in my opinion. You can think differently though, I have no problem with that. To each their own, right? Just stay in control of your Easter eggs with Gotham, and I'll be perfectly happy. David Mazouz, this kid, I think he has a bright future on this show. Hopefully, it'll be really cool to see this kid grow up and slowly turn into Batman, and keep this dark and gritty tone, and I'll be happy. Well, we'll have a very great time with this show, and I look forward to watching it this season. Actually, I was really pulled in by it, to be honest. I wasn't expecting very much from it. But yeah, this is going to conclude my review of the pilot episode of Gotham. As you can probably tell, I'm sitting by myself today. I'm reviewing this by myself, and Sam's actually going to be doing his reviews by himself, and maybe I'll pull Ian in or something, and he'll help me out on these reviews or something, give his perspective, because I know he wanted to do some stuff with me, with movies and maybe even television. It's just, I can pump these out faster. I can get a faster output if I just work on it myself. Just record it, edit it, and get it out for you guys as quick as possible. But it's always fun to get different opinions, so maybe I'll try and get some other people in, and we'll talk about maybe the second or third episode of Gotham, I don't know. And I will be bringing you a Guardians of the Galaxy review in due time once I see the movie again and I can really get my thoughts on it together. I loved it, by the way, but I do have some beefs with the movie that I just, I have to get off my chest. But I just want to thank you guys for watching this. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. We will be bringing you some more gameplay footage very soon. Sam's laptop just died, so he's got to get that fixed, and then he'll be pumping out some more stuff for you guys if you have enjoyed what we've been doing on the channel thus far. And we'll also be bringing you some other cool things. We have like a lot of great ideas that we're going to test out. Maybe some will stick, maybe some won't, but anyways, have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching one more time. See you next time. Doesn't it seem like something that should have happened like a long time ago? No? Yes? I don't know.